It's showtime at Homestead-Miami.
Andre Baranowskis at the line, steals it in the Indy 250.
Morgan to Baxter's in trouble, there they go. Gordon to the wall, jumps right around.
Side by side on the final lap, coming to the checkered flag.
Steve Morgan, the last lap pass, and the victory in Las Vegas.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 9 in season number 4 of the NOFSRL Herr's Dash Series. We're here at the Homestead-Miami Speedway for the Florida 150, a 20-lap race around this 1.5-mile racetrack in Homestead, Florida. And it should be an interesting one here today, especially considering it's such a short race. Not only that, these guys are going to be going really fast around this 1.5-mile racetrack. Our last winner was Christian Master that came from Texas World, where we saw a ton of passing. Really don't know what we're going to see in today's event, as it seems to be that these guys are starting to even out a little bit. We're not really seeing a clear-cut favorite, as Eric Monaco, who's been the dominant guy this season, has kind of fallen off in the points just a little bit. He's still the points leader, 248 points towards the championship. Mason Brown is 25 points behind. Silas Orta is 43 points behind. Matt Dalio is 44 points behind, and Nathan Baird 46 points behind. Coming into this, the 9th race of the season. Of course, in the Discord, I released the schedule for the remainder of the season of the Herr's Dash Series, so you can go over there and check out the Herr's Dash Series channel, and you can see which races will be coming up next. I will say the next race we got going on here is actually Martinsville. I know that I said in the Texas World race last week that it was going to be Homestead and the Charlotte Roval, but I got ahead of myself. And apparently Nikolai Sykes didn't start, and I don't normally do this, but we're going to go ahead and reset it so that Nikolai Sykes can start here at Homestead. And the field is now officially rolling off here at the Homestead-Miami Speedway. I don't normally show it when it happens, but honestly, I just don't care right now. So, starting lineup here for the Florida 150 from Homestead, we got the number 10 machine of Logan Williams to the inside of Nathan Stapleton. Row number 2 is Sebastian Kukalon and Josh Williamson. Noah Clifton and Andrew Miller make up row number 3. Silas Orta, who comes into this race 3rd in points to the inside of Scott Upton, and then Gatlin Downey and Mike Thompson starting in row number 5. Make sure everyone's rolling off this time, and they are, which is a good thing. Want to make sure everyone gets to start each of these races. But yes, I got ahead of myself last week when I said that this week was going to be Homestead and the Charlotte Roval. I was thinking that it was already time for the All-Star Race weekend, but it wasn't, and I think I thought that because I had already recorded the No, I don't think I had. But I was coming up on the Martinsville races, and I was really thinking, oh, next week we got the Charlotte Roval and the All-Star Race, but no, we don't. That's next week. This weekend, it's Martinsville after this race from Homestead. Green flag in the air in the Florida 150, and a good jump there for Logan Williams in the number 10. I think we're going to see a lot of side-by-side racing here today. Of course, we saw a lot of passing at Texas World last week. That was a wild race. I think we're going to see a lot here today, but I could be wrong. Logan Williams could pull away with this thing and just scoot away with the race victory for his first career Napa Fan win. But he's got a lot of guys behind him who have won on Napa Fan before. Kukalon in the 15 going to shuffle Stapleton out as Logan Williams leads lap 1 here at Homestead. Bonus point towards the championship for him right there. Got Silas Orta, whose name I still have yet to change in the truck, but it'll probably stay that way the whole season. Never actually got to see where Eric Monaco started in this race. He started about midway through the field. You see him, he's kind of done that the past few races where he's started kind of deep in the field. That's hurt him in the points. Mason Brown, the guy who he's trying to hold off in the championship standings, is behind him in this race, so not a good start for him. But like I said, it almost seems like it's evening out a little bit. These guys are starting in random places, and it's not as clear-cut on who's the favorite to win the championship anymore. Even though Eric Monaco still leads in the points, those first few races could have just been a lucky strike, basically, and who knows? We're not even halfway through the season yet here in the Herr's Dash Series. He could end up having some issues down the road, and it could be someone who we haven't even seen up front in the championship who ends up winning this championship. Logan Williams now under fire from Josh Williamson. Neither of these drivers have won before on Napa Fan. But Williamson's going to go to the inside and take the lead right away from the number 10 machine. Yeah, Noah Clifton here in the 2 as well. He's going to try to get a run on the inside of Logan Williams, and he will do so with help from Andrew Miller. The guy who I'm watching for in this race is Silas Orta in the number 16. Of course, he's another guy who's never won before in Napa Fan. But for Silas Orta, he's third in the points, and he has a very good opportunity at closing in on Monaco and Mason Brown here today. He's going to get shuffled 4 wide on the outside as Atlanta winner Dan Park moves to the inside of Nathan Stapleton and Gatlin Downey. Of course, this version of the Homestead-Miami Speedway is one of the calmer versions. We did see a wreck here when we came back in March with the Turkey Hill Series, but other than that, that's the only wreck I've seen at this version, the 2013 version of the Homestead-Miami Speedway. They're single file up front, but you see the madness behind them there. Andrew Miller going to the inside of Noah Clifton. He's already won twice in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series this year. Miller's had a pretty strong year over there in the Cup Series, but hasn't translated as much over here in the Herz Dash Series. Scott Upton in the 00. It's the only series he currently races in. Good opportunity for him to win a race here today as he moves to the inside of Noah Clifton for third. Nathan Stapleton here in the 4. And Logan Williams right in the back bumper of Noah Clifton. Dan Park going to close back to the inside and looks to take the 5th position away from Clifton and Williams. Eric Monaco in the middle of all this mess back in here. Owen Miles to the inside of him there. You got Mike Thompson in the 28, who almost won Bristol initially, but could not hold the inside, and it gave Monaco the race win there. Very interesting race we had to start off the season back in April. Alex Inro there in the 3 machine, Marty Johnson in the 52. I got to be careful not to give away any races that I've already recorded. At this moment, of course, you guys are seeing this Tuesday, May 5th. I'm recording this yesterday, Monday, May 4th, but I've already recorded the Cup race and the Turkey Hill Series race for Martinsville. I know what happens in those races. I can't give anything away, so that makes it a little bit difficult sometimes when I record races out of order. Andrew Miller just went to the inside of Josh Williamson for the race lead, and Scott Upton's gonna look to strike on the 33 machine there. Nathan Stapleton behind those guys. Not quite halfway through this race yet. Lap 9 of 20, just like the season. Race 9 of 20 here at the Homestead-Miami Speedway. Been a great run there for Stapleton on the inside of Scott Upton, and Williamson got right back to the inside as Miller got around him. Miller did lead a lap, so that's a bonus point for him. Watch out for Dan Park in this race, too. I watch out for this 4 wide off of turn 4. My goodness! A little crazy there off the corner. Dan Park's going for it. Kind of deep in the points coming into this race. Even though he won that race at Atlanta, it hasn't been too consistent all season. But a win is the best way to accumulate points in any series, and that's what Dan Park's going to try to do here today at Homestead. Dan Park in the 2, looking the, or should I say in the 9, looking to get some help there from Noah Clifton in the 2. Edwin Mendez with a great run on Gatlin Downey as Scott Upton falls way back on the outside lane. Halfway through the Florida 150 at Homestead, Nathan Stapleton in the number 4 looking on Josh Williamson. These guys are good buddies. They're both in the same league. Our friends at the NIRA. And they're going 1-2 right now here at the Homestead-Miami Speedway for this Herz Dash Series race victory. But Logan Williams has found his way back inside the top 5, so watch out for the 10, and I'd watch out for Dan Park as well. He's meticulously moved his way through the field in this one, and he could have a good shot at winning this race when we get down to the finish later on. Clifton and Miller side by side. Mendez now getting a run on Clifton. That is for the 5th position. And Silas Orta tapping the outside wall back in there. He's going to lose a couple of positions, and Eric Monaco has surpassed him on the racetrack. One thing Monaco has done this season is move his way through the field, and once he got to the front, stayed there. Of course, Daytona is a good example of that, but so many other races. He almost won Atlanta shortly after the Daytona race. And he's cracking the top 10 here as he's to the inside of Gatlin Downey and Andrew Miller. I'd watch out for Monaco in this race. He could have his 3rd win of the season. And if he were to win this race, that would definitely move him up in the points. Another guy who was up there in points, even though he's only 46 behind, is he got Clifton hard in the outside wall. He's going to fall back there. It's Nathan Baird there in the 02 machine, who has definitely done a good job this season. Hasn't won a race yet, but he's been very solid, and he wants to definitely finish ahead of Monaco in this race and gain on him a little bit in the points because he's in the vicinity of Eric Monaco for that championship lead. Williamson continues to lead. Stapleton in 2nd. Dan Park now in 3rd, looking to get 2nd on Stapleton. Lap 15 of 20 underway here in the Florida 150. 6 laps to go for Josh Williamson at Homestead. This be a big win for Williamson to be his first career Napa Fan win if he pulls it off. And he's going to try to hold off a couple guys who have a lot of wins on Napa Fan. Nathan Stapleton and Dan Park right there. Both of those guys, highly experienced veterans. I'm not to say that Williamson isn't experienced. He just doesn't have that much experience here on Napa Fan. But he's going for his first career win. And he looks pretty strong. But I truly think the driver to beat in this race is Dan Park in the 9. Stapleton has a good truck, but Dan Park has a slightly better truck in my honest opinion. The way Park has moved through the field in this race, I really think he's going to have the best shot at winning this thing. Stapleton trying to get a run there. He might have it on Williamson, and that's going to bring Dan Park into this battle for second. Dan Park's actually going to help Williamson there on the outside lane. We'll have to see here if Dan Park gets around Stapleton on the outside, which he might do so. Williamson with a great run up there, and Dan Park now side by side with Stapleton, and out of nowhere, Eric Monaco finds himself in the 5th position, and he might split Stapleton and Dan Park here soon. Watch out for Monaco. He might get win number 3 of the season. He's got help there from Edwin Mendez on the inside. They were not able to get around Josh Williamson, who continues to lead this race. 3 to go for the 99. And Mendez is going to make it 4 wide for second. Eric Monaco in the middle, Nathan Stapleton and Dan Park. Dan Park going to tap the outside wall just a little bit. I think Monaco's in the best position here through the middle lane. He's going to clear Stapleton, clear Mendez. He's going to bring Nathan Baird with him. 2 laps to go at Homestead for the 99 of Josh Williamson. But the guy behind him is the guy leading in points once again. Eric Monaco has found his stride once again. And he might have a shot at this race victory. Gonna be the white flag next time by here in the Florida 150 at Homestead in the Herz Dash Series. Josh Williamson holding on. But Eric Monaco is coming fast. Williamson wishes this was the checkered flag, but he still has 1 lap to go here at Homestead. How about Eric Monaco? Started deep in the field, but moved his way through the field very well. He's going to look to the inside. There he goes on Williamson for the race lead. Will Williamson be able to hold him off for this race victory? Grab his first career win, or will Monaco get his 3rd of the season side by side through turns 3 and 4? And Eric Monaco in the number 56 is going to extend his points lead. He wins once again in the Herz Dash Series. 1 lap led all race long, but it was the most important one, the final lap. And Eric Monaco has definitely made a statement here today that he is the driver to beat for this Herz Dash Series championship. Gotta hurt for Josh Williamson there, so close to his first career Napa Fan win. And not that he did anything wrong. Monaco was just a faster truck all day in this race. Just couldn't hold him off there at the end, but still a great run for Williamson nonetheless. I'm sure he'd rather have gotten the race victory here today at the Homestead-Miami Speedway, but it's Eric Monaco once again. What can I say? This guy definitely knew what he was doing when he picked his ratings, and he's going to go to victory lane once again in the Herz Dash Series. Take a look at the rest of the results right there. And not seeing many guys who are up there in points finishing deep in the field for this one. I think Mason Brown also improved a little bit. He finished 19th. He lost some ground there on Monaco. Quite a bit of ground, I should say. Silas Orta, Matt Dalio, and Nathan Baird all finished inside the top 15. So they're not going to fall too far off of Monaco, but Monaco got more points than anybody here today. So everyone's going to lose time off the points leader in the championship. It's going to be interesting to see how it all goes down for the next race, though. Martinsville's a short track. Things play out a lot differently in a short track. Of course, Eric Monaco won at Bristol to open off the season. But Martinsville's a little bit different than Bristol. We'll have to see how it all plays out 2 days from now on Thursday, May 7th, Thursday, May 7th, for the Virginia 200 at the Martinsville Speedway. It's going to be a fun one there around the paperclip. Looking forward to see how that one goes. Looking forward to the whole weekend for Martinsville, because we're going under the lights for every race this weekend. Her's Dash Series, Turkey Hill Series, and Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Of course, Chick-fil-A Cup Series is actually Friday night, so that means that the Her's Dash Series race is actually tomorrow. So tomorrow, you guys will see Martinsville. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Who cares? Eric Monaco, your race winner here at the Homestead-Miami Speedway. Here are the points for the Her's Dash Series after 9 races, and tomorrow you guys will see the Virginia 200 from the Martinsville Speedway right here on NAPA Fan. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.